All right, bad math joke time. No, a polygon is not a dead parrot. Bad math joke. Instead, go on Google Classroom and click on the Desmos activity titled Polygon Card Sort to find out what a polygon is. Okay, so we saw that a polygon was a closed shape that was made of line segments, no curves, can't be bending in or anything like that. So when we name a polygon, we name it by its vertices. So in this case, we have a five-sided polygon. We would name this polygon A, B, C, D, E. And we name it in a consecutive order. So if we start at A, we could go to B, then C, then D, then E. Or we could call it A, E, D, C, B. That would be good. We would just go the other way around it. You don't have to start at A either. You could call it polygon C, D, E, A, B. That's okay also. But you want to make sure that you put the consecutive vertices in order. And you see the chart on the right side of the names of a bunch of different polygons. Some are familiar to you. I'm sure you've heard of triangle or quadrilateral, maybe even pentagon or heptagon. Did you know a nonagon has 9 sides and undecagon has 11 sides? And once the numbers get really big, in general, we call it an n-gon. So if we had a 22-sided polygon, we could call it a 22-gon. I'm sure if you Googled it, it would come up with some name. That name is not really important for our course. So in this quadrilateral DEFG, diagonal DF is drawn. So what's a diagonal? So a diagonal, first of all, it's a segment. Okay? Remember those definitions that we write. We'd say what it is. It's a segment. But it's a special segment. It's a segment that is joining two non-consecutive vertices. So diagonal DF joins vertex D to vertex F. Another diagonal would be diagonal EG. So notice these two polygons here. They are congruent. There's a special criteria though. If two polygons are congruent, it means that all the corresponding sides have to be congruent. Corresponding means that side CP corresponds to side SE. And all the corresponding angles have to be congruent. So angle A has to be congruent to angle I. I use this phrase if and only if. In geometry and in reasoning, if and only if means both sides have to be true. So if the polygons are congruent, then you know all the sides and angles are congruent. If you know all of its corresponding sides and angles are congruent, then the polygons themselves are congruent as well. And we would use our congruent symbol as well to write camp congruent to site. Camp, site, that's cool. So if you take a look at this figure here, polygon ABCDE is drawn. Which polygon is congruent to polygon ABCDE? It appears that this polygon is congruent. And if we label it, it's going to be polygon N, P, Q, L, M. So notice that we're going in the corresponding sides and corresponding angles. Angle A corresponds to angle N. Angle B corresponds with angle P, and so on. So, if you haven't done so, please finish up that Desmos activity. What you've done in that Desmos activity when you finish it up is you've identified 3 special types of polygons. The first is an equilateral polygon. It's a polygon where all sides are the same. All sides are congruent. An equiangular polygon has all congruent angles. And if the polygon is both equilateral and equiangular, we call it a regular polygon. Regular polygons are both equilateral and equiangular.